Hey everyone, today we're going to be going over how to colorize images in Photoshop. We're going to be looking at a couple of different ways to do that. Now Photoshop offers more than a couple of ways, but these are tried and true ways that I like to use, okay? So the first thing I need to do is I need to make a selection. And I'm not going to be real precise about this because for time's sake, I don't want y'all to have to sit here and watch me keep selecting something. So I think I'll just work with maybe this little girl's the top of her dress or something. I'm going to use my quick select tool and see what I can pick up with that. Not too bad. Okay, and I'll just go ahead and get her skirt down here too. The bottom part of her dress. Yep, that did pretty good. Not bad. A little bit in here. Whoops, too far. We don't want that darker brown. And I don't want that. And I don't want her arm. Or her fingers. So I'm hitting Alt to take this part out. I don't need the belt. I don't need that part over there. But no, I don't think I need any of that. Okay, so for a rough selection, that's not too bad. And we'll go with that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to my adjustments panel and I'm going to click on hue and saturation. Now, as soon as I click colorize, it's going to start, it'll put a color in on that dress. And the really neat thing about it is I can change the color, the saturation, the lightness, and it will keep the opacity very low so that I can still see the texture through here. I can also see where I missed some of the dress in there, so I would want to do a better selection with this, of course. But this is a great way of just going in and colorizing something. See, I can change the color of it there. I might want something like a cornflower blue or something. Let's try that. Let's see, go a little bit darker or lower the sat and go a little lighter. And just play around with that. And there we go, starting to fade it out some. There we go, like right in there. Kind of looks like a normal color for a dress. And yeah, I like that. Whoops, sorry about that. Okay. Now I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Not too bad, right? Not too shabby. And if I later on, if I decide I want to change that color, all I have to do is click on that hue sat layer and it's going to change that. Now, if I want to add another color, let me go over here and, well, let's just stay with this little girl, and maybe I will select her sock this time. And get her socks, and click in there, click there, there, and then I'll use my Alt key. I don't want that part of the shoe, and I don't want her legs. And this just kind of, the quick select tool just kind of learns as you go. It's kind of figuring out what it is, what colors you're trying to get a hold of there. And that's pretty close. It's not exact again, but we'll go with this. And now I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to go up here and put another hue and sat layer there. And this time I'm going to hit colorize. And we'll make her socks a darker blue, kind of match her dress. Okay? So, see how that worked? I had to target that layer again, and then I put another hue and sat layer on there. And you can just keep doing that. You can just keep making selections, target this layer, put another hue and sat layer on there. And you can do that throughout the whole photo. Now, another way to do it, it's not as precise, it's a lot more tedious, and I don't think you get as good a results unless you're a very good painter and you can paint in shadows and things like that. is to come over here and get back on the main layer, zoom in, and get another selection. And I'll just select this little lady here. And then we'll go down through here. And let's see here. We've got to get rid of that and that. I don't want the white lace part. I don't want that. Okay, close enough. All right, so now I'm going to put a new layer. I'm just going to click a new layer right there. And I am going to paint. I'm going to use the paintbrush. Go here and get the paintbrush. Click on that. It's soft brush. Size is 14. I can bring it out here and kind of see what size it is. That's a little small. I just want something bigger because I'm just going to paint in here real quick. And I'm going to get me a nice color here. Maybe we might stay in the blues, something like that. And I'm just going to paint in here, okay? But now what's happening is, well, one thing I just unclicked. Okay, so now when I click again, it's going to be like putting a second coat of paint on, but this one, since it doesn't have any opacity set, well, I've got that little girl's arm selected too. We don't want a blue arm. But just for the sake of time, I won't go back and redo that. But that does not look good, correct? Okay, so we're going to go back into our history, and we're going to go back to the new layer. And this time, I'm going to turn the opacity way down. Okay, and then I'm going to paint in there. And I can use a really big brush because it's just going to stay within my selection area anyhow. I'll try to avoid that arm. Doesn't look so bad, maybe. All right, now, like I said, if I click off, like I'm holding down my mouse button now, and I'm not clicking off. It's just I've got it pressed down the whole time. But when I click off and I start painting again, it's going to be like putting a second layer on there. And it will make it darker all the way through. So, like I said, if you're good at painting and you want to go in and do shadows and maybe have it darker in certain areas, then that will actually work really well. But it's a lot more trouble than just going in and doing a hue sat layer. And then, of course, you can use different brushes, so you can go in and do that if you want to play around with that. But another cool thing about it is you can change the opacity up here, but you can also change it in the layer. So, like if I decide, that's a little darker than I wanted, and I want to be able to see through that more because I'm losing my texture. I can't see the texture very well. Then I can go up here with this layer targeted and turn the opacity down on that and kind of go backwards a little bit and bring some of that texture back in. To me, it still has this painted look to it, but it is an option that you can use to paint something. And it's a technique that a lot of people use when working with facial features. So like if you want to paint in some blush on the face or something like that, it works really well to just put a really light coating of color on something. But I think for the bigger things like these dresses, socks and shoes and stuff, I think the hue set layer is going to be your best friend. So try it. Let me know if you have any problems or you have any questions. I'll be happy to help you. Thanks.